All right, good afternoon, everybody. News 19, Meteorologist Cory Smith here. Hope you're having a good Sunday afternoon. And as we head into the overnight, the chance of some severe weather. So we're live here online, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or the website. So if you have any questions, try to leave those below. We'll try to get through those as we get a little bit later on in the day. But hopefully this covers everything that you can expect. Taking a look at the satellite and radar across the region, we did see some showers and storms earlier. That was a line that pushed through, and that since has moved down to the coast. We've been left with on and off light to moderate showers across the Midlands. But take a look at this out towards the west. This red right here, that's a tornado watch that's actually out for portions of Alabama and Georgia. And we are expecting the chance of some inclement weather. So you can see the thunderstorms out to the west. That's going to continue to move to the east here and potentially bring us some stronger thunderstorms as we head into the overnight. So let's start off with a little bit of a closer view. Like we mentioned, some light to moderate showers, Wagner towards Williston, St. Matthews, Eastover, seeing some light to moderate rain, Orangeburg as well. North of I-20 though, a little bit drier as of right now, but overall it's going to look like more of the shower activity through the rest of your evening. Temperatures are mild. We're sitting in the middle to even upper 60s, still very mild, albeit a little bit cooler than that 80 degrees that we saw yesterday. 64 in Saluda, 65 in Bishopville, 66 in Sumter, and 67 in St. Matthews. Now, let's talk about why we expect the chance of some severe thunderstorms. We have an area of low pressure really starting to develop here in the south, and this is going to work up towards the north and east, so towards the Carolinas as you go from tonight into early portions of tomorrow, and it's strengthening pretty quickly. So there's a lot of energy in the atmosphere associated with this system. You can see we're just south of this warm front. This is what we call the warm sector, and that's where we see typically some energy for some thunderstorms with these low pressure systems. So let's work through at least what we can expect tonight and tomorrow. The system working through the chance of thunderstorms tonight, and that's going to continue towards the northeast. You can see behind it some very heavy snow setting up in the North Carolina mountains, and then behind that some showers for us as we head into your Monday morning, maybe some flurries in portions of the Triad of North Carolina. But let's talk more importantly about that severe thunderstorm risk that we are expecting late tonight into early tomorrow. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk. That means that there's a chance of some isolated stronger storms tonight, and the thinking right now, damaging winds and maybe some isolated tornadoes are possible really across the entire Midlands, as you can see shaded in that slight or yellow category there. So let's talk about why we think that is. First off, this is the wind gust forecast, and you're going to see as we push things forward throughout the rest of the day. We've already been on the breezier side over the last 24 hours, but notice as we head into the overnight, these numbers really starting to go up. So past midnight here, winds gusting 20, 35 miles per hour, even stronger as we get towards 2, 3, and 4 o'clock in the morning. And that means we have a lot of wind energy in place, and that's going to help with the possibility of spinning systems, or really supercells is what we like to call them. There's those stronger storms that do produce tornadoes. That strong wind is going to continue behind the system. Of course, the severe weather threat goes away as you get behind the cold front as you go into your Monday morning, like when you're waking up, and then some colder air funneling in behind the system. But with that being said, let's talk about the ingredients for the storm. So we have that wind energy in place. This is what we call thunderstorm fuel, pretty much how much energy is there to lift the clouds up and create those thunderstorms. And you see as you go overnight, we're on the low end, and I think this is really where there are questions with this event, if we're going to see that severe weather or not. As you get towards 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, you can see right through the middle of the Midlands here, Columbia towards Orangeburg, seeing some of that thunderstorm pushing through the area. And I do think that our southern counties, so thinking of Clarendon towards Calhoun, Orangeburg, and Aiken, probably our best bet of severe weather for this very reason. I think that this thunderstorm fuel going to really struggle to get north of I-20, but we'll have to wait and see till this is actually happening a little bit later on tonight. Now on top of that, when you take into effect that spin in the atmosphere and the thunderstorm fuel, well, what are the models thinking about for the tornado chance? And you can see as you go tonight around 2 a.m., there is that chance of some tornadoes pushing into the area if we're seeing those severe thunderstorms. And I just want to clarify that's if we're seeing that severe weather. If we're not, then I don't think that we're going to be seeing tornadoes. But if we do see those stronger storms, really looking like around 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning, really the best bet of seeing that tornadic weather and of course the damaging winds moving through the Midlands. After that, around 5 to 6 a.m., we're already quieting things down. Of course, rain chance still sticking around as you go into your Monday. So let's actually take a look at the forecast. You can see those light to moderate showers continuing as you head into your Sunday night. And then as you get towards overnight, that's when we could start to see some of that severe weather moving in. Some moderate rain across the Midlands right around midnight, and that's when we're going to start to watch for that chance of some severe weather moving out from the west. You'll see here on the model some of those stronger storms right here, like we talked about, when that thunderstorm fuel is the highest, right around 3 to 4 a.m. for most of the Midlands. And you can see here on the model, mainly south of I-20. So that's what we're going to keep a closest eye to, but I don't want you to let your guard down really across the Midlands. I think that chance of severe weather is going to be there tonight. And with that being said, of course, with any overnight event, you want to be a little bit more aware of what's going on. As we move into your Monday, we're going to be on the back side of the system, and the chance of showers remain for the first half of the day. You can see this is 7 o'clock in the morning, but now our winds coming out of the north and west, and it's going to be a pretty breezy start to your work week. As you see the back side of this system moving through, we do clear out as you go into the afternoon, but overall, a cold day. Temperatures will be struggling to get around 50 degrees for our high temperature, and we're into the 30s as you go into your Tuesday morning. So really feeling like winter, and that's really the big reason why we're seeing this chance of severe weather. We're pretty much going from spring to even early summer-like conditions straight back to winter. A lot of energy involved with that. So that's what we'll be watching there. Let's take a look also at the flash flood watch. That's going out from 4 p.m. today until the overnight hours. With these thunderstorms moving over the same areas, we could see some localized flash flooding possible tonight. So just keep that in mind. That is for most of the Midlands until the overnight hours after these storms start to die down. So let's talk about weather threats going forward and the timing downpours. Well, that's why we have the flash flood watch out. That's mainly going to be between 11 p.m. and then towards 4 a.m. here when we see those thunderstorms moving through. Of course, with thunderstorms, lightning always a possibility, but really from about midnight through about 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning is our best window for damaging winds and tornadoes. If anything, I think the wind threat just a little bit bigger here, but overall, whether your wind is straight or spinning, it's going to cause damage. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go forward. And let's finally take a look at that forecast for tonight. We're going to be hitting down to 40 degrees, 90% chance of those thunderstorms. It is going to be very windy tonight. That continues into tomorrow, 51 degrees. Your high temperature clearing out a little bit later. And then as you go into tomorrow night, cold. Temperatures will be getting close to freezing to start off your Tuesday morning. Now, of course, we're going to keep you up to date throughout the night. We have our 6 o'clock newscast, our 11 o'clock newscast, and we're going to have some more Facebook Lives throughout the night, giving you the latest on this severe weather threat. So make sure you're staying up to date. And if you have any questions, like we said, you can put those in on Facebook or anywhere else, and we'd be more than happy to answer those.